Hey, like, well, this is we that censored. Maybe that a show today and talk about and actually doing the weekends and then we get the show started. I'll be there again, okay. We're gonna talk about the doing with nothing related to any news. It's probably this uh out the picture on ice. Obviously that's in the news. There was an article where a protester, and I'm going to use the word allegedly because obviously I was not there, and I'm just going off of what I read and saw and read. This protester had to one of the ICE agents called and found a letter of all the names of ICE agents, locations, and everything. She was person was reading this online as allegedly, and I would not know that or didn't know. New person, I don't understand. I don't. You know, very for the Toyota documents. And I've said that before, you can't believe anything you hear on the but that was a church, and then that was something that was in the news that we're going to talk about. And another thing is, apparently, ICE agent had been granted uh, permission to now go door to door. Um, whether they're trying to catch her. I'm like, that part I don't agree with. Because now when you do stuff like that, you are definitely um, you're basically to me it's like not everybody doesn't have that like to go door to door. I shared this in my one of my podcasts. You know, the incident that happened with one of the a few of the guys who just went into a school in Minnesota. Schools were locked down because of the situation. Now you're going door to door to people, and you have a lot of scared people out there. So, what do you think is going to happen when stuff like this is done? And that everyone's person was listening to the other day, that's podcast, not going to go to the name. He was actually military. He was talking about defending yourself, you the Second Amendment, arming and defending yourself legally. Um, some of the stuff he was saying, I agree with. Um, I've always said violence should be the very last thing that we come to. And he is saying that, the private police agents are not playing fair, so why should we play fair? But I agree with that part. If you have the chance of defend yourself and you feel like you're being uh, rudely handled, um, they're breaking their amendment rights, and you feel like your life is in danger, yeah, defend yourself. I agree. Uh, I think a lot of this is coming from what happened out in Minnesota with the young woman that was on the line. It's got a lot of attention. I read somewhere in the news as I was reading today is about group the Black Panthers are now in the news of saying that they are here to protect the American people. And I've always said if we come together, all of us, unite, always mutually, doesn't matter what color you are, we can unite, work, and it can be a lot of change. And, but also I also said that, violence is playing right into their opinions. And this is what they want. They want it to become a violent situation so they can have more control and forcing the martial law. Um, and you see it more and more now. People are fighting back and groups are forming. And it's only going to get better as time goes by. So we have to decide what decision we're going to make on this side. Keep holding it. It should not be that way. Fortunately, we're at that point at the beginning. So that is something that we're definitely going to have to look out for and see what else in this kind of situation. You know. So, a lot of the stuff, like I said in the news, can't believe there's a hidden agenda behind and putting a lot of this stuff out there and confident and to better serve their purpose of one they were trying to come to the conclusion that this is what they want the violence, they want the chaos, and it's headed back to the other nations. I mean, you see certain people on podcast promoting violence, saying, hey, the ICE agent comes to me and try to attack me, and well, I'm gonna shoot, I'm in jail, shoot the jail. This is plain violence that I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't promote violence, but I also say the right to defend yourself at all costs. There's a lot of them out here that are just not doing it by law. They're not. They're like keeping. Another incident that was I saw this morning, where an police agent, the gun video, was pulling a female into the porta potty with her hands handcuffed. Um, it's stuff like that. It's stuff like that. There's one way of doing things, and that is totally. I mean, come on. What are we doing? Right? If you see stuff like that, you already know what it's going. It's gonna be a war on the streets. When is enough? It's enough. That's the me. When is enough? It's enough. When are we gonna see? When is this gonna be? I said in one of my podcasts too, like when we're in previous schools and stuff, doing stuff like that, doing illegal stuff, allegedly, I'm gonna use the word allegedly, pulling women out of the house, sexually assaulting them. That's not, come on. I thought they were here to protect us against stuff like that. What are we doing? You know, if anybody can agree with that, anybody can agree with stuff like that, then maybe we can check for mentality, because that is not something we need to be doing. It's enough crime going on. And it did a bad look. It's a bad look for anybody that's trying to enforce the law. And I said in my other podcast, there are people, because of what I've been doing, they're taking their frustration out on local officers, which has nothing to do with the ICE agent. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of officers, local officers, are not agree with what's going on. So just like the bad cops, the bad local cops, the bad, I said, there's bad people everywhere. You can't just point the finger and say, well, because this is bad, this the same thing. Because it's not the way that goes. We have to look at that and just, it's, I'm going to say this. I'm not only going to be about it, but like, well, this challenge is not for that. And you can defend yourself, fucking defend yourself. Okay? Because if I'm being told whatever by my something, you know, that I know I'm an American citizen, and you're harassing me, and I feel like I like to engage it, then I'm not just going to sit there. I'm just going to leave it. Not going to just sit there and take it. And hopefully this person's having a good day because he's having a bad day. This can be fixed. No, it should not be that way. Fortunately, that looks like we are coming down to that point. There's a lot of tension going on today. I like to be safe out there, people. Be vigilant, make good decisions. If you feel like a certain situation is being danger in your life, by all means, protect yourself. Because nothing else you can do at this point. But right now, it just seems like we're sitting ducks. Um, just the way it seems like. Like, I'm not gonna get on here, saying be violent. No, by not any means necessary. Shouldn't even have to come to that, but if it may come to that, you have the right to defend yourself second of enemy. So, and shout out to the group out there, the Black Panthers, for coming together, or trying to protect the community. You know, that is something that needs to be done. And from what I've heard on that news interview of the CEO of one of the Black Panther group, he's, in my opinion, made it clear that this is not about a black and white thing. He says, really, this is a community thing, which we need more of that. Strength of the mind, come together, put the race stuff aside, see the common enemy, or it will be a big change. And maybe that's what it's gonna take for be the change. But we're gonna figure that plans out, you know. There was other things that in the news that I wanted to discuss. Something local. There was a teacher that disappeared around the time of January 3rd. They found her life. Apparently, since she took her own life because she had mental illness. And during, I was reading about it, trying to keep track of it. Uh, at one point, they were blaming saying you guys you could still see yourself in this interview that they did with the major interview nothing about that. And I get it. I said to them out, but I get it. Something like that happened in Portugal or to turned out that it wasn't even that. She I don't like this so uh, very sad that we're not hoping for a better outcome of that. But the point is I say don't judge it with five stuff. Judge it with that one brother that five to you his argument showing him was nobody knows only that three don't know what he's going to be behind from most people. I understand that prejudging people needs to stop. And I get it up to like what is it? And so many times you've seen the community where there is this politics but Chris Watts thing that happened a few years ago. I did. Well, I just like to send a prayer out to the family and friends of her and him. Mental illness is definitely something that we have to work on and check on your family, check on your friends. If everybody's going through something in life, then you have to do better with checking on each other. Know the signs. Know a person you look. Know the signs before it becomes too late. I'm helping based on that. Also, I like to touch base. Ah, something positive. Um, it's playoff and NFL playoff. Um, there's these different. I'm not a Bears fan. Never loved the Bears fans. Really gave up on Chicago team. Period. You know, guys. Wishing them luck. Hopefully they get to pass this second round and so far they're in playoff. Not holding my, not putting my wing back on me that happening, but hey, seems to surprise you. Um, really, me personally, I'm not really into it right now this season in the NFL. I said in all the talk that Tom Brady is not really good. So, um, yeah, I haven't really showed him interest in it until this season. Uh, but I see that the Chicago Bears are in the playoff, which is a good thing because it's been a while since that team has ever have had a good run. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I just want to touch base on some of the stuff that was going on in the news and then to tell you guys have a Have a good weekend. Have a blessed weekend. Like I said before, be vigilant, check on each other, know your surroundings, and take care of one another. But at this point, you have to because you never know what's going to happen. And the way the world is now, you have to be able to take care of not just yourself, everybody around your loved ones. So, yeah, like I said, this isn't going to be a very long podcast. Just something I want to get up here and share. Also, if you guys want to listen to me more, you can listen to me on Spotify, Amazon Music, um, on most of the local, or not local, on most of the streams for the support podcast. I am on it. You can go on my Twitter support my page. You guys will. I really appreciate it. Subscribe. That would really help too. Um, just something that I would like. I think that would be nice if you guys can. That's about it. I'm gonna wrap it up today. Um, I might do a second part of this podcast later. Um, Probably do a little bit longer, but I just want to send this out there to you. And remember, family, judge this quote. Every day above ground is a good one. Just remember, every day above ground is a good day. Peace out. I hope you guys enjoy your service. Thank you for listening.